as well as our review of the Nvidia RTX 3060, there are plenty of affordable options. You really need to think about this right now. Are you a Team Red fan? Or are you a Team Green fan? Why do you support your team? Tell us down in the comments. And for those who don't know how to pick a team, we are here to show you. Why do you think you would choose one team from the other? In this video, we will make that clash happen and look at them from different standpoints to find which one is the actual best for your gaming PC. For more videos like this, subscribe to our channel, Bright Hustle. Currently, Nvidia is winning on performance, but only by a small margin, while AMD is ahead on pricing, as the differences between the core power narrow from generation to generation. Choosing your GPU is less about the manufacturer itself and more about your preferences and needs, and which of the best graphics cards can satisfy them. Nevertheless, each brand has its own strengths and weaknesses. That's why we pitted AMD and Nvidia against each other to find out who's the upper hand in the GPU market in terms of pricing, performance, and features. The competition between Nvidia and AMD has produced some of the best and most affordable GPUs in years, as seen in our review of the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT and the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, as well as our review of the Nvidia RTX 3060, there are plenty of affordable options. There are also plenty of entries that focus on sheer performance, like the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 review, the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 Ti review, and our AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT review. Despite the focus on performance, these cards remain decently priced for many budgets. Although there will be no real winner in this battle between Nvidia and AMD, the consumer wins in the end as these two manufacturers constantly outperform each other. And to make the decision even easier, we've also pitted the tech giants against each other in terms of price, performance, and features, which means you'll just have to choose what's best for you. Let's talk about the pricing first. Traditionally, AMD has always been known as the cheaper graphics card brand, and that's still the case. Up to a point. At the moment, AMD has graphics cards on offer, especially in the mid-range, such as the Radeon RX 5500 XT, which offer excellent performances at a price of $199. If your budget is in this range, AMD's generous provision of VRAM means you'll get much better performance in more demanding games than Nvidia's equivalent GTX 1650 can offer. Once you move up the price range, however, things change. At the top end of the pile, AMD is still the winner when it comes to affordability. At $999, the Radeon RX 6900 XT is significantly cheaper than the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 at $1,499, and even the slightly cheaper RTX 3080, for which you'll have to spend $1,199. Let's not even talk about the MSI card in our review of the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Ti, which costs almost $2,000. However, things aren't so black and white in the lower price segment anymore, as both AMD and Nvidia are currently producing some of the best 1440p graphics cards on the market, even if pricing isn't as strictly tied to performance as it used to be. Both the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT and AMD Radeon RX 6800 are slightly higher on the price scale than their direct Nvidia competitors, without offering much of a performance advantage. Just like pricing, the performance that comes with it will be a big decider for gamers like us. AMD's Big Navy may not be the Nvidia killer it was first rumored to be, but a few of the cards in the lineup certainly give Nvidia strong competition. If you want to play the best PC games in 4K and at a solid 60+ frames per second frame rate, you no longer have to rely on Nvidia. Although the Nvidia RTX 3080 Ti is now officially on the market, AMD will soon have to launch a serious competitor. In 2022, you'll be able to play the best PC games at 1080p settings with a graphics card like the AMD Radeon RX 5600 XT or the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060. If you want to play AAA games at 1440p without compromise, both Team Red and Team Green have great options with the Radeon RX 6700 XT and Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. The wider availability of graphics cards that can render pixels at these resolutions at an affordable price has made PC gaming much more accessible than ever before, and these upcoming generations have done the same for 4K gaming at PC, especially with the PS5 and Xbox Series X, both costing much less than the price of high-end gaming PC. For 4K, both manufacturers have excellent offerings, with Nvidia launching the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080, RTX 3080 Ti, and even the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090, and AMD releasing the Radeon RX 6900 XT, designed to go toe-to-toe with Nvidia's RTX 3090. For a little extra, are there any exclusive features? When it comes to features beyond just rendering games, Nvidia and AMD take very different approaches. In general, AMD's approach is much more consumer-friendly, as the company releases features and technologies that can also be used on Nvidia graphics cards, even if they usually work best on AMD's own silicon. Nvidia, on the other hand, likes to keep a low profile and release features like DLSS that only work on its own platform. Team Green has been doing this for years, starting with PhysX. With the latter technology, you could even build your own PhysX graphics card into your system to handle the compute-intensive workloads. More recently, however, Nvidia has introduced a whole host of features that are helpful outside of gaming, both as part of the ongoing Nvidia Studio Driver program for creative and professional applications, and simply to help people in their post-pandemic lives. First and foremost, with Ampere, you get Nvidia Broadcast, an incredibly useful technology for just about anyone. With this program, you can replace backgrounds in any video conferencing app with AI. Even better, it also lets you filter out any background noise from your microphone while you're on the call, so you don't have to worry about disrupting the 10 a.m. meeting by drinking coffee and hastily eating breakfast. Conversely, AMD is still very focused on gaming with its mainstream graphics cards, and all of the features in the Fidelity FX software suite introduced with RDNA are designed to provide a better gaming experience. This includes things like contrast adaptive sharpening, which makes it easier to play on a higher resolution screen, and better ambient sharpness. But in the end, which is just plain better? Both Nvidia and AMD graphics cards have so much to offer. Ultimately, both companies rely on competition with each other to succeed. Suffice it to say, the Nvidia versus AMD debate requires you to understand that there's a reason why Radeon and GeForce GPUs are so similarly powerful right now. Each company is doing its best to keep up with the other's market share, and that's good for consumers. They're basically fighting for money, learning from each other's mistakes, and making significant improvements along the way. It's up to you to decide who wins the fiery competition between Nvidia and AMD, though we can say this: Nvidia is currently second to none in the 4K market. If it helps any, the RTX 2080 Ti is probably your best bet if you want your PC to keep up with your Ultra HD display, as long as you can afford it. On the other hand, if you're on a budget and looking for mid-range graphics cards, Nvidia and AMD graphics cards will probably be about the same. We hoped it would help you find your dream card. You can tell us all about GPUs and your choices down in the comments section. Of course, for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Bright Hustle. We hope to see you again in the next video, but until then, goodbye.